If you're thinking about starting a franchise, odds are you're scared. Most people believe fear is a red flag, that it means this isn't right. But fear isn't a red flag. In fact, fear might be your green light. Because when you care about the outcome, you're supposed to feel scared. It means you're stepping into something that matters. You're not alone in that. In fact, over 60% of aspiring franchisees say fear of failure is the #1 reason they hesitate to take the leap. We've interviewed franchise owners who once stood exactly where you are, unsure, intimidated, and full of questions. But they pushed through. And what they found on the other side wasn't just a business. It was confidence, freedom, and purpose. In this video, we'll walk through the biggest fears franchise owners face and how they overcame them. You'll hear what actually helped people move forward, so you can decide whether this path is right for you. Let's dive in. Fear number 1, I'm leaving behind a steady paycheck. What if this doesn't work? This is the #1 fear for most people coming from the corporate world. You've built a career, you've got benefits, safety. So why trade it for risk?
So the fear of failure, which probably, again, is in the back of any business person's mind, was overcome when implementing the marketing system and we started getting referrals. And then we started getting clients and knew that it worked. You do the process and the process works. That fear goes out the door right away.
When you're stepping into a new future, it helps to give yourself grace and a timeline.
I knew I didn't want to retire as that grumpy old purchasing guy or supply chain guy. And I just have to say, if your intuition tells you to go for it, then you should probably go for it.
And that trust is well placed. Franchise businesses have a 5-year success rate of around 90%, compared to just 20 to 30% for independent startups. Even more encouraging, over 75% of franchise owners had no prior business ownership experience before starting. The comfort of a paycheck feels secure, but real independence comes when you stop renting your time and start owning your future. These owners didn't jump without a net. They had systems, training, and support behind them. Fear number 2, what if I fail? The fear of failure is universal, but it often shows up in sneaky ways: procrastination, over-researching, or perfectionism.
You can never get enough information. There's infinite amount of information available on any topic or any decision. And at some point you have to be where you are and make the decision. In the end, I went with, what's the tiebreaker here? The tiebreaker is the continuity of what I thought were quality people.
And that's the thing about fear. It's loudest before you begin. But once you start moving, momentum takes over. The system gives you the confidence the fear tried to take away.
And the competition, it's pretty stiff out here in Denver. Constantly new home care popping up, a lot of home health going into home care. So just where are the clients going to come from? Where's the best way to get those clients so we can have a business? There's a lot of companies out there that it's all about volume. And I feel like Caring Senior Service is all about quality over volume.
86% of franchisees say having a proven system significantly reduced their startup anxiety and increased their confidence. Franchising doesn't guarantee success, but it dramatically increases your odds compared to going solo. You get a playbook, real-time support, and a network of owners ahead of you on the journey. That's not a free pass, but it's far from doing it alone. Fear number 3, I don't have a background in this industry. Most new franchise owners don't come from the industry they're entering, and that feels intimidating.
I've already been an entrepreneur prior to this. I was a personal chef in Atlanta for 10 years, and as soon as we interviewed with Caring Senior Service, it clicked, and it felt very natural to me to move into this realm.
Sometimes the right system lets you step into an entirely new identity.
Prior to entering the senior world, I worked in a larger corporate setting, and I specialized in supply chain and operations management. Being part of the Caring franchise has really eliminated a lot of those fears, just because it's so well structured. The process is laid out in front of you, so you're able to you're able to manage what may have seemed unmanageable prior to doing this.
Only 16% of franchise owners had experience in their current industry before launching their franchise. You don't need to know the industry. You need to know how to ask for help, stay curious, and follow proven systems. That's what a franchise is for. Fear number 4, I'm moving to a new city. Can I even make this work? What if you're launching in a place where you have zero network?
I've never lived in Colorado. I don't know anyone in Colorado. Is there going to be brand awareness, or does that matter? Those fears were overcome the minute we got our first referrals, first clients. The system works. The demand is so great, probably in any place, that going out presenting yourself and your company in a positive manner, telling people what you can do for them, it produces referrals.
The system doesn't rely on your personal network. It relies on strategic outreach and a need that already exists in every community. Franchise systems are built to create visibility from day one through marketing playbooks, brand presence, and referral partnerships. Fear number 5, will I actually get support, or will I be on my own? Some brands talk a good game, but ghost you after you sign.
Went down for the confirmation day that they have. He agreed to meet me at the airport. Well, then my flight got delayed until past 1:30 a.m. So I got off the plane not assuming he would still be there. And I come out through security and he's standing there waiting for me. And I thought, wow, this is something. It's 1:30 in the morning. It's not what I expected. And that was sort of something that a light went off in my head. And I said, I wanted to get into this to really help people have the same experience my grandmother did, with the kind of caring and concern, individual interest, and this guy's showing it to me.
And while emotional support is crucial, it also has to be backed by real tools, real systems, and a clear path forward.
Talking to the owner of another franchise model, a competitor, who had to pay for a lot of different support services separately, or go find their own systems, for example, phone systems, or software systems, or billing, payroll. One of the things that has always impressed me with Caring Senior Service was the bundling of services, so that as a business owner, I didn't have to worry about all those ancillary products and worries. Everything was there, everything was included.
And it matters. 93% of franchisees say franchisor support was critical to their success in the first year. Support isn't just a training manual, it's people, relationships, and franchise systems that show up when you need them most. Those are huge fears, but there's one more that most people don't talk about. Fear number 6, what if I succeed? Strange as it sounds, many people fear what success demands: growth, leadership, letting go of comfort zones.
I always felt like me and my team and our knowledge would be enough because we can be there personally, handle any problem, work on any crisis, kind of be self-sufficient. But I realized a little bit when things got busy, when things were difficult, when things felt over my head in the beginning, that I had this group of people I could call. I could text or email, not only at HQ, but other owners, and to have the confidence to make decisions.
And once you embrace leadership, not as a burden, but as a calling, you start to see what success really looks like.
Helping our seniors live better lives is obviously number one, but for me, it's very rewarding when we can help our caregivers and our staff grow through whether that higher education or just giving them a better life overall, a rewarding career. That's what it's really all about for me, is just helping both sides, the client and the caregiver. That's really where my heart is at.
That's not uncommon. 72% of franchise owners say the role challenged them to grow as leaders and made them better for it. Success is uncomfortable, but it's also meaningful, and you don't have to navigate it alone. So let's rewind. You're thinking about a franchise. You're feeling the fear. That means you're right on time. Because the truth is, Every single franchise owner you admire once felt the exact same way. It's not the absence of fear that matters, it's what you do with it. They took the leap, not blindly, but with guidance, support, and a deep belief that they were meant for more. And now, they've built businesses that serve people, support families, and give them freedom they couldn't get in a corporate role. And the best part? Over 80% of franchisees say they would make the same decision again. They started where you are right now. Fear is part of the process, but it doesn't have to hold you back. Not when you've got the right people behind you. If you're ready to explore what franchising could look like for you, especially with the kind of support you've heard about today, let's talk. Schedule time to chat with our team. Ask your questions, share your concerns. There's no pressure, just clarity. Let's talk about your next step.